1, 2. La da da, la da da. Hello. I'm Tistu Bloomberg. I'm here to talk to you about Stálu Árdna. Stálu is a mythological giant in the Sami culture. It's a greedy giant, and Árdna means treasure. Stálu Árdna is about solving the mystery of this treasure and learning in this first game the North Sami language. So making it a fun adventure on your mobile phone to learn the North Sami language. There are a lot of Sami languages. We want to make games for each one of them. We have on board, we have a teacher in the North Sami language, and she is Hanna Mareutakowski, and she came up with this original idea. A scientist and a teacher in North Sami language, and I'm a game developer, and I want to make games. I don't know the Sami language, I just know Bures and Olekitu, and I want to learn more. I have Sami ancestry as well, but I don't know much about the culture, the cultures maybe. We'll see what happens in the future. Anyway, so this project today is I'm gonna make a small presentation of the project since it's the first time I'm streaming about this project, and then I'm gonna show you, it's gonna be a little bit of a working stream where I'm gonna do some market research, because that's where we are in this project. We need fundraising to make this happen. It is a big, even if it seems like a small language game, it is a big project. We need to code it. We need to make it work, fix all the bugs. And we need to since it's the language game, we need to have a lot of people recording a bunch of voices. Somebody who records these voices know how to mix this sound so it sounds good. And voice actors, people who speak this, the people who speak North Sami, who dare to share their knowledge in this way. We need these people to make this happen. And we also need a graphical artist, a graphical artist or graphical artists to make this happen. From the Sami culture, that is. So they know, for example, we don't want to create a misrepresentation of anything from the Sami culture. For example, one thing that you can miss if you're a graphical artist, but if you don't know the culture, maybe you create this colorful blue. Take a look at this. Actually, here's my presentation. Yeah, so if you take a look at this small person here, you can see there's a colorful clothing here. And here it's important to have the right colors, because depending on where you live, there are different colors that you use. So in order to not make a bunch of mistakes when you make the graphics, our graphic artists, whoever you are out there, needs to have a great understanding of the culture. And obviously a wish to spread this language to all ages, young and old. While we are here, I can run the presentation. Let me zoom in a bit. Like so. Stálu Árdna, Quav the Mysteria o Appa Samigela. Solve the mystery, learn Sami language. This is in Swedish. We haven't made an English version, so if you're Swedish, you're lucky. I'm gonna speak in Swedish, in English though. So it's a Sami language game. You're gonna learn 2 languages if you don't know Swedish or Sami Gela. Swedish language game. This is how it could look like. This is images from Blackthorn Castle, where we take a lot of inspiration for this game. It's a great puzzle game. So this is how it would look like on the mobile phone. You click on where you want to go, you pick things up like a key, and then you hear things like you picked up a key in the North Sami language, or you find this beautiful forest, or you discover different areas gonna have different Jojks. Yeah. So it's an app for all ages. It's an adventure. We're gonna have a dictionary with the words that you learn, so you can look them up if you get lost in the game. Like if you don't understand something, you can just look in the dictionary. And we aim it to be suitable for education. So for schools or for students to get this language learning experience, like how a child would learn, being in an environment and hearing the words. Like you pick something up, you hear what it is, you go into this area, you see, maybe you see the wind blowing and you hear somebody says the wind is blowing. Like all of this exposure that you get as a child, I want us to, we want to create in this game, language learning game. Not sure what to call it yet. Language game, maybe. This is the team that has been working on it for until now. Hanna Utakowski written the manuscript and the idea of Stálu Árdna, where you basically you get this letter from your relatives in a cabin in the woods, and you start this journey to find this treasure. I'm the project manager and game developer. I know everything there is about game development. I know what we need. I know how long things take, approximately. That's the hardest part. But also business and marketing, the basic stuff, important stuff. We have Valeria Sirsina, who is environmental consultant. With her, we're going to talk about some interesting things regarding nature and animals. For example, maybe you learn something about the plants, or what happens if you cut down a big forest to make room for buildings, or like how animals migrate or stuff like that. Like she's the expert in that. I just noticed my webcam is in the way. Let's move me to me actually. That's pretty cool. Okay, and down here to the left we have Karnan Hurri. She made this beautiful image. So we have something to show, like inspiration and stuff to build upon. She doesn't have that much time to make graphical art. So we are in need of graphical artists who know the Sami culture. So if you know someone, or if you are someone, we'd love to talk to you. We also have Kopli Cook. She's a colleague of Hanna at Umeå University. She's a professor in, I think, IT and humanities. and she's written a couple of books on media and Sami culture. Very interesting. She is, yeah, very interesting person. And then we have Anton Linder. He travels around on this amazing retro gaming event where he brings these old TV screens and old retro consoles and invite people, families to join. And he travels all around Sweden, I think. Now he's been traveling a lot in North Sweden. So if you have a chance to go to Gamescom, you can see part of the logo here in the background, green and something. Amazing event. You should attend it, definitely. Families, young and old. Right? So, yeah, if you want to be part of this team, we're looking for Sami organizations who want to collaborate somehow. And obviously we need funding, so we're looking for financing. And illustration people and animation people. We also need music, Jojk specifically, and other music, and sound creators, like soundscapes. Like if you're prepared to go into the forest and record how snow sounds, or how a reindeer sounds when it's eating food or digging in the snow, or if you're a musician and you want to make this music inspired from the culture, or if you're a Jojk, if you feel comfortable doing Jojk, we also need Jojk. Like the first Jojk is going to be about the rabbit. And obviously anyone else who is language interested or gaming interested and have a big vision, open mind to explore what we can create together. So then you're more than welcome to contact us. Yeah, this is the contact details. You can mail me, or you can go to our Facebook page, Stálu Árdna. And if you're a school and you lack interactive teaching material for your Sami students, please contact us. Right now we're doing a market research, so that's what I'm gonna do this after this presentation. Oh, I just noticed I was in the way all the time there. Okay, there. Let me make it a bit bigger. Okay, there I am. Okay. So yeah, if you represent a school that is missing interactive teaching material, especially if you're missing motivation in students, I think this could be it. And we'll have a talk. Like we're gonna need people who play this while we develop it to give feedback. If you have teachers who wanna give feedback on this, or students who wanna give feedback on this, like getting the sneak peeks behind the scene while we develop this. And yeah, or if you have funding available, or if you have a budget to invest in this, then you could maybe help financing somehow, or some way to collaborate if you think this is a good idea. Yeah, that's the presentation. Thank you for watching so far. Now I'm gonna get into some work actually. I like to work this transparently and just show what I do. It's a bit scary because it's yeah, it's like showing the insides of like of a company and stuff like that. But I think it's an interesting way to do things. So yeah, the next segment. Let me set it up. Right, so market research. We're looking at 3 markets, and the goal is to find a big enough market so we can fund the creation of the game. I think that the game would cost about 2.5 million Swedish crowns. That's what I think. About 1 year of development time. Most of the funding would go to, yeah, there are different parts, but creating all of these voice recordings, like there's gonna be a bunch of voice recordings needed. Voice actors, you don't need to be like a actor, but if we have someone who knows how to travel around and record voices, or if we can get access to studios to record, then we can gather people there, record stuff, and just record voices speaking in North Sami language to build this. And then also I want like talented graphical artists to feel like they have the resources and time to make this game beautiful, because I think that it's if there's a lot of people that are gonna play this game, we want to make it beautiful for all of those people. So I think that's important. And obviously then like game development stuff, like make the puzzles fun, making this interactive dictionary, interaction design. I think we're gonna need some interaction designer to make that. I'd love to work to get it tight with that. And then obviously we in the team who make, like Hannah, who makes the manuscript and writes the whole story, and Valeria, who wants to do field research, meet people and talk. So we're planning to have her actually go to Marco Manu, a festival in north of Norway, I think, and just present the project there and see what people think about it, like get some feedback, maybe get some contacts, general networking, and help out with the festival as well. Yeah, so right now I'm doing market research, and it's actually 3 parts, and I'm working on the first part now. I'm looking at the schools right now. Right, we have 3 ideas of the market. We have the regular people, like private people who wants to learn, like reconnect to, if you have a Sami ancestor and you want to reconnect to the culture somehow, get a bit more understanding of it. I think that's good for society to understand more of things generally, and cross some language barriers. Like if you're that kind of private person, and if you are a student, if you are in a school, or if you're not in a school, like if you have Sami, North Sami language talking parents, but you still want to experience and practice your skills, or like you have this connection, and you know the culture, and you want to play this cool adventure game, like that's that's one player. And then we have schools, like if schools would be interested to buy this game for their students, like maybe buying a couple of licenses, buying 10 licenses if they have 10 students, or buying 100 licenses if they have 100 students, or or it's a part of not necessarily just for those who want to learn the language, but it could also be to teach about the Sami culture, like this mythological idea of Stálu Árdna, and this idea of living quite close to nature. I think, I don't want to misrepresent anything because I don't know the culture that well. That's not, I'm the game developer here. So we got Hanna and Karanan and Koplikok and yeah, the other people. Yeah, I got a bit distracted there. But yeah, so the schools, like, yeah, does school have a budget to invest in this for their Sami speaking students who maybe need motivation, or for other students who don't know anything about the Sami culture? Yeah, so in order to do this market research, I'm focusing on one, and I'm focusing on schools right now. So what I've done is, so there are 4 countries connected through Sápmi. We got Norway, we got Sweden, we got Finland, and Russia. And right now, I wanna find 10 schools. So I've just looked at the north of Sweden here, Norrbotten, and then I just found a bunch of schools here, like Fria Emilia, seems to be in Boden, Språkskolan in Haparanda, Kangos Kultur Ekologi, Ecological School, Kangos, Pajala, Tollmans friskola, Piteå, Nya läroverket Luleå, Vita Vidernas barnskola, Kiruna, Sjöparksskolan LMH, Gällivare, Abiskoskolan, Abisko, Hackas centralskola, Gällivare också, kommun, Norrskens friskola in Umeå, in Luleå, Luleå kommun, municipality. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find how to contact these schools, and I'm gonna send them a survey. And I know now it's summertime, so there might not be that many people who work. But yeah, we got some info. Yeah, that's email. Do we have email here? No, but it's phone. Email, yeah. We got some emails here. So yeah, even email there. We got email there. Got email there. We got email there. Email there. Oh, this is great. Email there. And do we have email? Yes. Great. We got all the emails for 10 schools, random schools in North here. So this is kind of a sciencey way to do market research. There are more schools up here, but if I send a survey to these schools and ask, do you have a budget for this, or do you have are you interested in the project, investing in the project, or collaborating or anything, then I can get like data from it. If 5 of them says, yeah, this sounds good, and 5 of them says, no, it's not quite interesting, then from a science perspective, I could make the hypothesis that 50% of all schools here, since 5 is 50% of 10, so then I know that 50% of schools here might be interested. And then I can also find, like, yeah, here in this database is 176, so half of 176 schools might be interested. And that's how I would do market research in this case. Right now, I'm going to bring out the survey here. Let's see the survey. Where are you? I think the survey is in English actually. Okay, here are all the secrets. Here's what I'm thinking, right? If you want to learn business, this might be good, maybe not. I didn't study business, but this is what I would do it if I, yeah. So got a survey here, section 1 of 4. We've got a second section, a third section, and then a fourth section. And these are the questions that I would love to have answered. Schools' need for interactive learning language material in Sami languages. A short survey about schools' need for opportunities for the Sami students to develop and see if enough schools are interested in a new interactive app for Sami language learning that is played like a modern mobile game. First and last name of the person, so we don't get duplicates. And then like job title, what kind of title you have. So we know if you're like the principal or language teacher or whatever. And then name of school also again, so we don't get duplicates. And the region obviously, and yeah, since I've sent this to all Swedish, this will be probably checked. And then question how many Sami students, if you have like 0 or 1 to 10, or here I would love to put a number, but Google survey doesn't allow me to make it simple to make a number. So this is just to make it simple. The Sami students and the opportunities at school. So the current opportunities and the students, like what Sami languages are spoken by the students, and these are the Sami languages we know people speak today. With Southern Sami, Ume Sami, Pite, Lule, Northern Inari is called Killin. Or if somebody doesn't know, maybe they're principal, but I don't know what kind of language their student speaks, but I know they have a couple. And here I can a short sidetrack, but Northern Sami is the biggest spoken language. So these other languages are pretty threatened. And I would love to make a game for each of these to help immortalize and support it. And then I actually like to add that I would like the culture in these games to be different. So the Northern Sami, we actually talked this before in the team. It's not my idea. It's our idea. Hanna and Kopli and everyone about having like and Valeria and about having like maybe a different main character. In the beginning, we were thinking of having a small reindeer from North Sami, and then maybe you can have a wild salmon in a different language and a different area, maybe slightly different challenges in the game, or something like that. I would love to connect it to the actual culture. So yeah, gonna gather that data, and then does the school find it difficult to offer certified language learning to its Sami students? So this, I think this is important. I don't know if they can be honest or not, the schools, because this it's also hard to know. The school find it difficult. Yeah, it's kind of subjective, but I want to get an idea like how the school feels about this. Like, do they feel it's a problem that they want to solve, or do they feel like, no, we got it under control, we don't really need this game, we have a lot of material and the students are motivated? And then how many Sami students actually study the language at school, because I think there are a lot of Sami students who don't study their own language, maybe because they don't feel like they need to, they know it, they talk to their relatives, family and relatives, and their colleagues and whatnot, and that's enough. Or maybe someone is unmotivated. They don't feel like they want to study a language that they have in the as part of their history. So this is interesting to compare this question with this one. Then, what opportunities do the Sami students have to study their language at the school? So here I just brainstorm a bunch what I could come up with. Do they have scheduled lessons? Do they have a teacher who speaks Sami? Because there aren't a lot of teachers who speak Sami. Teachers without Sami language who still can provide material and stuff. Then do the student have learning materials without a computer, like paper and dictionaries? And do they have learning materials with computer, links to free video from public services or YouTube? And then I hope they understand educational language apps, digital dictionaries. Yeah, and then more interactively learning materials, language apps, interactive exercises. Kind of similar, like maybe like paper exercises, but it's interactive. The good thing here with digital is that you have sound. You have access to sound, and you can explore something. The student can go this way to, if it's a menu, even if it's a digital dictionary, the student can go through any word and hear the word, or if there are different exercises and choices, the student can explore what they find is interesting. Like, do they find society interesting? Do they find politics interesting? Do they find nature interesting, or industry, or art, or whatever? Like, the interactivity gives a lot of possibilities. Even though it can be distracting sometimes. And a bit artificial, maybe. Anyway, regular tests in their Sami language to evaluate knowledge acquisition. Like, do the teachers and does the school have like this understanding of the level of language knowledge in their students? And can they see a progression? Like, do they learn more? Or do they forget? Or does it stay in the same level? Or like, yeah. And lastly, opportunities to practice the Sami language together with others. I think this one is very important. This actually might be one of the most important, might be the most important one. For this, yeah, probably Hanna Utekoski know more about how to make this happen. Anyway, section 3, I'm starting to talk about the app. An app is being developed. It teaches Sami at a basic level through Sami mythology and features art and music from Sami artists. It is developed together with Sami students, game development experts, that's me, and Sami language experts, so that it is both engaging and educational. The app is planned to be built on every year with new material so that more students can develop their Sami language skills, and students who have used the app before can build on from a basic level upwards. This app would continue to evolve with students wanting to contribute ideas as well as teachers to provide feedback. That's a bit puzzling, but the point I want to make is that we could expand on this. Like, the first app would be basic, would be North Sami. Next app could be Pite Sami, Southern Sami, Kildin Sami, or it could be more advanced North Sami. Like, you could learn more. Or we could even take it to a creative platform. Like, can we bring in the students into creating stuff and seeing each other's, like, it has a lot of possibilities. And I would love to build upon this every year. Hanna as well has more ideas on more mythological adventures and more stories to build from. And we could continue to evolve, with students and teachers to provide feedback, like playing the game while we develop it. Give feedback, make it better, more interesting. So, and now it's here to the basic business, to the real business, like the money part. How many app licenses would be useful for the school? Like, if the schools are just interested in a few licenses and then they don't have a budget, maybe we can't make the game. But if the school is interested in many app licenses, then there might be a good enough market for us to make the game. Then we have what's the school's budget for summer language learning tools per year, approximately, like what do they spend and what do they want to spend. Yeah, we're going to use this information to estimate how much interactive language learning content we can produce. So if there's a lot of support, we could, if the market is big enough that we can get funding of 2.5 million to make this game, then we can make that. But if the market is even bigger, maybe we can even get more funding, maybe 5 million. And then maybe we can make 2 or 3 games. Or make even more content, advanced content. Or record more voices. If the school would invest such in this interactive learning material, what type of payment plan would be the best choice for the school? And here I want to know if the school want to do the thing like they base it on individual licenses every year, like if they want to review it every year and buy a couple of licenses and for that year for those students and then reevaluate every year, then buy every year. Or if they want to make a yearly subscription where they don't have to think about it, they just maybe buy 10 licenses and every year they have those licenses and with the updates for every year that we make, includes updates. To see what kind of, what kind of pricing model would fit best, what we should aim, because it's going to take time to make all that happen as well. The school might have teachers interested to partake in the development, testing the app, giving feedback to improve the language learning process, etc. Teachers who are on the field actually teaching to students, that's where the big valuable gold information is. They know the students, they know the challenges, they can give the feedback. Like if we can have teachers playing this game while we develop it, it will be so much better. And the next question is there any students? Oh, how do I? Okay, well, whatever. Students also know what they want. Maybe they want more Jojk. Maybe they want more ecological knowledge. Maybe they care a lot about ecology, or maybe they care about more like the culture. They want to know like what happens now in the Sami culture. Like maybe they want recent news, maybe they want history. We don't know. If we have students from schools who wants to give feedback and partake in the development, yeah, we haven't started development yet, so if somebody reaches out to us, I'll start a list and then contact you back. Just maybe write in the comments or contact me somehow. Or contact us somehow. Yeah, and the last section is just contact details and other thoughts. Email, so we can send, start to communicate. And if they want to receive updates of the project via email. I'm thinking we should, if we get the ball rolling, like if we start to get funding, we should create updates that we send through email. Like, this is what we're working on, this is how it's going. Yeah, just simple things. And other thoughts, we got other thoughts again. Contact details and, oh, this is just the name of the part. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, these are the 4 sections that I've made now. I call this market research. to see, is the market big enough? Is this market segment of school, is this big enough to fund the game? Like, if this market is big enough, if we get answers from these 10 schools like, yeah, we want to see this, we have a budget, but there isn't any interactive learning material, and our students are unmotivated, and we also wanna, is it possible to teach something about Sami culture to our non-speaking students? Could we make it in Swedish or Finnish or Norwegian or Russian or English as well? If we gather that data, this market research will be a success. And then we can present this data to anyone who want to invest. If you are like a company who cares, or if you like an angel investor, someone who really wants to make something like this happen, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, if you are one of these persons already are interested, please reach out to us. Otherwise, stay tuned for the market research. So I'm basically, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now because I need to go into my email and write emails for all the schools. I'm just gonna write a simple email and send this, and maybe they have time to look at it, maybe not. It's summer vacation now for many people, so I don't know if they will get it or if anyone will look, but maybe they'll say, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna send it. It's step 1. Then in the future I'll send to Norway and Finland, maybe Russia, I don't know. But the conflict is quite sensitive, so let's see. Thank you for watching this combination of the first stream of Stálu Árdna project. We've been working on this for 9 months now. We're looking for funding. Thanks for watching the presentation, and if you've seen all this market research, I hope it was useful for you. Maybe you got a cool idea or two. And if you have any ideas or questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I would love to talk to more people about this project. Yeah. Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot. Olu Gito.